Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Emelie, and in this video I will be creating a rotating center circle card. That was a mouthful to say. So I hope you got an idea of how this card will look in the end. But to start off, I am using a new A2 stencil from Picket. This one is called Make the World Shimmer, and that is exactly what I want to do because I am using one of the new Luxe colors here. This one is called Twinkling Lights Pink, and it's just beautiful. So I'm spreading that through the stencil, and you can see in a second here when I'm lifting it how much of a dimension this actually gets. And let me tell you a secret, when I die cut this panel, because I will be doing that later on, I actually got an impression in the next card, so that will be a fun technique for another video, to do some embossing with paste. But let's continue with this card. So I popped a little bit of an image up here in the right corner, so you can see all the measurements that I'm scoring here. But basically I have a panel that is 3 by 4, and then I scored a ½ inch for 3 times on one side and 1 time on the other side, and then I scored at 1 and 2 inch on the other side. Hope that makes sense. I will now go in and make some like lines here, so I know which parts I'm gonna cut off from this. You can see in my image up at the top there that I have been marking those out as well with X's, so you know exactly where to cut and what will be left in your mechanism. So you can see here I'm just cutting one side at a time, and yeah. So I mixed around a little bit with the measurements here. I had a guide from another YouTuber that I can be linked down below, but I didn't have the measurements that she had, so go check out her video if you like to see that. And I also just did like one turning point, if that makes sense. I will show you everything here. So I'm just creasing those lines in, and then we're gonna create X. You can see that is marked up here with those dotted lines or striped lines. So that is what I'm doing here now, and this is the mechanism that actually will make this card twist in a second. So now I will go ahead and bend and crease all of these until we have all of the mechanism moving and working as it should. And you can see I will turn our crease lines here, and I will turn them back and forward just to make sure that we are doing a great job here, because in a second here we will actually gonna push this in, so it's really important that everything is creased and nice. So you can see here I need to do some more creasing on that last bit of a line here, and then I can just push it in so those arms get in and meet in the center here. So hang on, you will see here in a second how I did this. So now everything comes together and we get this arrow, and that is exactly what we like. So now I'm just gonna crease on that point so that everything is turning perfectly, and those arms are the thing that's gonna make the mechanism work here in a second. So I'm just gonna put some adhesive to these flaps that we have. That will just make the mechanism a little bit more sturdy. So yeah, just some liquid glue to them, and I folded them in. You could fold them out as well if you like. So now when our mechanism is ready to go, I will start working on our main element for this card, and that is the beautiful Animal Crackers We Miss You. This is a large like solid stamp with all of these animals like grouped together. And yeah, they are just super cute. Picket has been coming out with these types of images in the past, and they are always my favorite in all releases. I think they are very cute. And you can see I stamped them out a couple of times. I will be using my Copics. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I just wanted to put down a lot of colors, and yeah, have them all like cutesy. So that is what I am doing here. You can see I'm really going fast. I think I sped this up a couple of times, and you will not be needing to see me color all of this in. I just wanted to share a little bit of the footage of me coloring it, so you know So the image was not just stamped and then colored in. I just wanted you to see that I actually took some time coloring all of this in, and I think they are so adorable. You can see all the cute animals here hugging each other, like coming together for that group shot and to send to their bestie. So yeah, you can see here I'm going in with some rosy cheeks after coloring all of this in. That is just something I really like doing, and I also like to come in with a white gel pen at the end just to give the image some highlights. And you will see here in a second that is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm giving them some dots in those glossy cheeks. And yeah, I'm just loving doing this. This is one of my favorite things when I'm creating a card, just going around and taking my time, like giving them some personality with my white gel pen. So this is a must-have in your stash. If you don't have a white gel pen, it's a lifesaver every time. So I looked through my stash for a circle that was going to fit my need here. So I used that, and then I punched that out so the animals will peek through the front side from the inside of our card, because I'm going to attach them to the inside. And to know exactly how much I can have like a hangover here, I'm just marking this out, and I will cut this off. I know it hurts cutting my images, but I don't need that part, and we want to hide that behind our panel. So this will work out nicely. And when we're done with this, I'm taking my full, like this is my A2 card base, and I will hold this in place, and then we're gonna run this through again. And this was what I was talking about previously, that this nearly pierced my inside with the embossing, so that would be a cool technique to do some embossing with paste later on. But here you can see that we have our beautiful front side. I will attach everything together, and now we can work some more on the inside and the mechanism. So you can see here I'm putting some liquid glue to one of those sides. You can see I'm having my arms down folded, if that makes sense, and the only thing that will stick out is that triangle, and on that triangle I will actually attach my critters later on. But before doing that, I will have a circle that I will cut to be exactly the size of our circle. You can do some really cool stuff by having the circle peek through the front side if you like, but for my card today you can see here I'm just going to have it like be tucked behind our front, and I'm just cutting away one of the arms because we will not be needing it. I'm putting liquid glue to the down part of this, and then I'm just folding it over. So please press the pause button here if you like to see what I did. You can see I'm lining everything up, putting liquid glue to that arm and attaching it down. I hope that makes sense. It's super easy, but please press that pause button so you know exactly what I'm doing here. I remember that I wanted to have some beautiful colors to the inside of my card here, so I did that last minute. I just cut some teal paper down, and then we can go ahead and attach the mechanism down to this card. So I will align everything. You can see here I will align everything and then close the card, and I'm only putting adhesive to that little flap that we created. Once again, please press that pause button if you like to see in slow motion what I'm doing. So this is what you should have. You should have that arm moving and the arrow sticking out like this. So now everything is nicely, and we can tuck our image in. And for this one I will only put adhesive to that triangle or to the arrow part, and that will attach our main characters here. I was thinking of having that circle behind it to give it some more stability, but I ended up taking it off and it was totally fine. I just want to mention that. So here is the arrow. So now I'm putting adhesive to that flap, as I said. I will actually draw on it so you know exactly what I'm doing. And here is some liquid glue. I am taking my image here. I'm sliding it in until I have it in the perfect position, making sure it doesn't peek out from the down part of it, and making sure that my elements are visible through the front. making sure that it looks cute. When I'm happy with the placement of everything, I'm just pressing it down, and here you go, we have the element moving. So let's talk about that white piece that we have behind. So I wasn't realizing that I probably should have cut this out of the teal cardstock. So this is an after idea. I just took a marker from my stash. This is an Ola marker that sort of coordinated with the color of the background. So I'm just sheeting here and coloring it in, but it worked out nicely. So we will work with some sentiments for this card, and in this set there is a sentiment that says smile, so I stamped that a lot of times. And we also have a larger sentiment that says we miss you. I will stamp that out as well, ink it up with some white embossing powder and heat set it off camera. And then we're gonna play around with the placement of all of this. So this is from the inside. I will tuck my we miss you stamp in on the inside part. And all of these smile that we cut, I will tuck around our circle here. So they will be moving. You can probably see it here. So we say smile, 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 smile. I think that is just a cute idea. But you can have anything here on top of it if you like. So you can really play around with this design and making other stuff move. But I just love those smiley bits. And I also off camera heat set a sentiment for the front that said you are the best, and I just tucked it there. So here we go, we have our moving mechanism here, a rotating center circle, and the animals are also moving. I think this turned out adorable. I can't wait to play around with this design some more, see what other things I can create. I might be wanting to do a second like a circle that will move on the other arm, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you find this video interesting and that you want to create something after watching this. And until next time, have a great day. Bye!